Sunday morning, hello everybody, time for another farm update. My voice is a little bit croaky. I've been to the football this afternoon to watch Lincoln City and they played Luton Town and beat them 3-1. They're currently, I think, about second or third in the Division 1 table at the minute, playing really well. And some of you know I've had a big connection with the club over the last few years. I helped them with the training ground, developed that was on my cousin's farm just north of Lincoln. So I've had a big affiliation with the club over the last few years. Anyway, so because a great game, and I've lost my voice shouting. Anyway, so this update looking at the dentist. I visit the dentist and just a quick clip from Krish and his assistant Emma. And also, if some of you might remember, when Forage Aid joined with the Atkins Fund, the charity, they have an old massive tractor that goes to various shows. I think they have two actually, and I've been storing one of them for them here at the farm for the last year. And they're actually now looking at selling that. And so if you are interested in this really old classic little MF, it was an old grey Fergie that's been fully restored, then watch through this clip because you'll see that the person who restored it and where it is now if you're interested in buying it. So we'll look at that. Also, Barry has come and looked at the dyke muck and the Beck that he cleaned out probably 2 years ago now, and he's had a lot of soil heaped up. We've had a lot of tree roots cleaned out as well, so we've been separating and spreading that. We have a chat to Barry about some of his work, about where he gets his machines from, so that's interesting. Some of you know Barry from the videos here, so we have a good chat to Barry. And also, one of the last operations we've done is the solo on sugar beet land. Sorry, not sugar beet land, it's land coming our Capulet and probably the Godiva and Olivia beans. So because it's going to be a long while when this field's planted, it won't be planted till probably it will not be planted till next May, second week in May. And so we didn't want to put it down too much, the field, so we've just soloed it without the press on the back. So I'll look at that and you'll see the difference it makes with not having the press on the back. And then also Rhonda, myself and Henry Morton, Lincolnshire NFU County Chair, we went to London to meet Robbie and Victoria Atkins just to talk about the Conservatives' policies on farming and whether they're missing anything. So we have a day in London with them in the Houses of Parliament. And also Eric's been over from Warwick University looking at the beans. We've got a harvest date set now, so keep an eye out and look at that. Listen to Eric. Eric's got some plants pulled up. I was actually at I was at the physio or somewhere else when Eric came, so I haven't been in the field with Eric, but we've got a load of plants and pods and we'll separate those out, and Eric's talking about the future of the crop, which is hopefully going to be good, and they're looking the podding up really well. So Eric gives us the lowdown on the beans and how he thinks they're going to go this harvest and when we're going to be harvesting them. So that is it. And also Ruben and Tom, I'll touch on it more at the end, but Ruben and Tom, this is their last week. They're both finishing now, and I'll touch on this more at the end of the video, but the solo you've seen, that will be the last work that Tom does for us here on the farm. And I'll touch on that, as I say, more at the end. Anyway, that is it for the introduction. Thanks ever so much for watching, and we'll see you at the end. Just heading off to the dentist now. I've got 2 appointments, so a double appointment, which I'm not looking forward to. I think some fillings and bits and bobs, but we'll see when we get there. But don't like injections, but anyway, I've got the lovely Emma to take care of me, hold my hand, and Krish, the dentist, goods as well, so I should be all right. It is a video. So I've just had my tooth done. What have you done, Krish?
We've done 2 composite fillings on your upper back molar, so the wisdom tooth and the one in front.
Yeah, and I'll just show you, this is the shot I did as a selfie, having it done with my whole mouth plastered in a tarpaulin sheet. And Emma was passing all the tools that years ago when you did a filling, all you used to do was like you ground it out, drilled it out and filled it, and that was it. But now you've got all these... Fancy. Yeah, so what's you say your the thing you were doing, you put in the filling and you're
curing your filling.
Curing your filling.
Yeah, for your white fillings.
Some white fillings, and you have to do that with a white filling. What happens if you don't do it?
It won't set.
Oh, there you go. So we're
soft fillings.
Yeah, there you go. Right, thank you very much. I'll be about 3 hours now getting my face back.
Yeah. No worries.
Great, thank you.
Actually, they call it a soggy bottom.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do you know, it's no good having one of those, is it?
No.
None of the 3 of us have got one of those. So, Krish, we'll see you again soon with your treatment.
Thank you.
which you'll hear about on this in due course. So I'm not in the farm, as you can see. I'm in the housing estate on the edge of Newark. Apologies for the wind if you can hear it, because I haven't got any sound deadening or mufflers with me. Now I've got two guys here who've just come to pick up a tractor. You can see this tractor, this Massey we've had in the yard. Some of you have seen it before. So Chris, you live in York, and your dad lives in Suffolk. That's right, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
so.
right, yeah.
So the story of this tractor. So you've put this tractor together.
Yes, this tractor was a sub-advert in Tractor and Machinery, late in 2006.
Yeah.
And it was delivered to me in mid-November 2006.
Yeah.
And it was all in boxes in the back of a Land Rover. There was very little on a trailer. There was no top on the engine.
And how long did it take you to build it?
About a year.
Wow.
Yes.
And so did you repaint it as well and everything, the whole thing,
yes,
right
yes.
from the start? Yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't in these charity colours. It was in Click Sergeant.
Yes, yeah.
Which was that.
So Addington, how did it get to? So Addington's the charity. Some of you will remember or know that Forage Aid, we merged with Addington about 18 months, 2 years ago, and Addington are a housing charity in agriculture. So how did it get into Addington?
Well, Addington, Ferguson Club were involved with them for Plough Sunday at Stowe Market.
Yeah.
We would come and support them on that, and then they did a barbecue at Hoxton.
Yeah.
When the CEO came down there, and so it was just sort of happened.
Right.
But they were because she's got an identical twin.
Yes.
Jill.
That's right.
And Jill is now on Dartmoor, and Jack was at Newark.
So this tractor, how many horsepower will it be?
22.
22, right. And is it all diesel, or does it run? It runs on petrol as paraffin, is it?
No,
it's all
it's just diesel.
just diesel.
It starts and runs on diesel.
Does it really?
Yes.
Yeah. Because I know some of the older ones didn't, did they? They started
on petrol.
on
Ran
petrol.
on TVO, but
Yes.
that was a different one.
Right.
Yes, this is a TEF.
Yeah.
It's in 1954, and I took it to our local garage where I was allowed space.
Yeah.
And a fella who was on his beam end, living rough in his car in Thetford Forest, said he would help me.
Fantastic, great. Well, thank you very much for all what you've done, and because I know it's been a big draw. It shows, hasn't it? Being outside the Addington stand, it's been a good draw. So we'll have a quick look round it. They were just saying it's about the sweetest 4-cylinder diesel you'll find, but look at how good a condition it's in.
I mean, I spill timed it. Well, they have to be set up so that they inject the fuel exactly at the right point.
Right.
And I spill timed that on my own from having read the book.
So just looking round the tractor here. So what age is it? 1950? 54. And did you put the tyres and everything on?
Oh yeah.
I mean, when you look at new tyres.
Yeah. Well, what I said was just saying to Chris, I applied to my local dealer and I said, I don't want you to give me anything, but I'd like some help.
Yeah.
And I want 2 of these and 2 of those in tubes. And he came back and he said, would £100 be all right? And I said, is that just for one rear? And he said, no, that's the whole lot, including VAT and delivery.
Crikey, that's good, isn't it?
Yes.
That was really good.
I have actually given us a trophy as well.
Oh, given the trophy as well, look at that. There we go. So Chris, we were just saying about what you might do with it.
Yeah, so we're keen that it, as I say, it's done 20 years of good service for the charity, and we're keen to continue that. So we're now looking to auction off the tractor, and someone can love it and enjoy it, and the funds will go towards the Addington Trust to continue the works.
Yeah, well, thank you. Well, what I'll do is, anybody interested, I'll put the link up when Chris gives it to me, but keep your eye out on here and any other social media, but it is available. It will be auctioned off, so if you're interested in it, let me know in the comments, or I'll keep watching and I'll put the link to where it's going to be, where the auction is.
Yeah, thanks, Andrew.
Great, thank you. Thanks very much. So I've been back from the dentist a few hours and my mouth numbness is starting to wear off. Very interesting. I tried to have a coffee a couple of hours after the dentist, so 2 or 3 hours ago and ended up dribbling all out my mouth, so I had to get a straw. Anyway, just heading down to see Barry now, and I'll see if get Barry to have a word about what he's doing down here, because it's sort of finishing off a job that he started really 2 years ago. But we have actually spread the soil. If you remember in the last update, or a couple of updates ago, we had an excavator delivered. Barry got one delivered, and from the company he hires them from every time, which we'll get him to mention them in a second, to level out some soil that we dug out the pond. And again, this will be 2 years ago, and we'll just talk with Barry about that, because I think it's quite interesting that he thinks it really needs to be left that length of time to spread properly. But you'll see where he spread it out on the stubbles here with his blade of his excavator. I haven't got any footage of that, but he'll tell us what he did. So this is where Barry's working. This is the Beck that he cleaned out a while ago, 2 years ago probably. You can see him just crushing some of the lumps there. Crushing really well now because they're so dry, they've been here a long while. So we've got Barry here, and if you remember, Barry did this dike. Actually, Barry, when was it? Was it 2 years ago?
It'll be 2 years next February. January, February.
Right, yeah. So the soil, you took a lot of soil out here, but it's dried a treat, hasn't it, where we are now?
Yeah, really well. It's done it good leaving it.
Leaving it, yeah, it has. And there's a lot of clay in it.
It's spreading well and it's breaking down well as well.
Yeah, it is. Now the roots in it, you're picking the roots out as we're going. There's quite a lot of roots. Now, when you did it, you had that great tree shear, the long reach, didn't you, excavator?
Yeah, the 15-metre reach with a tree shear on.
Is that what it was, 15?
Yeah, 15-metre reach.
And where do you get your machines from? Where's this from?
MCB Brothers, Langford, near Collingham.
So if anybody's looking to hire a JCB, what have they got machine-wise? Just excavators or dumpers, rollers?
Dumpers, rollers, you name it, they've got it.
Yeah.
I've been using them for 25 years.
Yeah.
I've been dealing with the main man for 30 years.
Crikey.
They've been at Langford now a fair while, just celebrated 20 years I think out there. So.
Brilliant, and they always bring a machine when Barry wants it here, and we've had a few different ones over the 10-tonner, haven't we, doing dikes out, and and then the 13-tonner, your long reach, and then this standard, what's this, 13?
Yeah, this is a 13-tonner, yeah.
But got the blade on. Now, the blade's been really useful. Did you order that specially because of the soil?
No, it's just that...
That's just what they had.
Just what they'd got in, but a lot of people don't like the diggers with the blades on, but don't bother me.
No.
Digger's a digger.
But what we've moved with that soil, the soil from the pond, just explain what you've done there, because Reuben brought it out to you in the field. Well, you crushed it for a start.
We crushed it and moved it from A to B basically on the concrete, tipped it out in the field, tipped it out of the trailer, and then I just bladed it out and it went to treat.
Yeah, you did. Some of it was a bit tacky, wasn't it, in the middle?
But it'll have dried now though.
Yeah, but it broke up well.
Yeah,
so
really
it's when we solo it, it's gone to nothing.
Yeah.
So when you start to look at this dike as well, I know there are a few people saying, "Oh, you've done too much at it. You've all the banks bare." But now you look, you just can't tell, can you?
Can't tell. Apart from the heap of soil that we've got here.
Yeah. It's just grown up. When you look at the heap of soil, you can see the heap behind me just there.
Yeah,
so it'll be all levelled out. And then these heaps of wood we've got, we can just see here piles of wood down there that you've taken out. These are old tree roots and things. We'll just go along, collect those up
and burn them.
And job done. Yeah. You've got a fair lot here though, because where you are this bit, you've actually got, we took a bit of the corner out, didn't you, of the bank?
We did, yeah.
And there's a fair bit of soil, so you've got another day or two, couple of days to get to the end.
I would thought another couple of days.
Yeah, brilliant.
Weather dependent.
Yeah, that's right. Great, thanks Barry.
No, that's good.
So it was good talking to Barry there and just getting a bit of a lowdown and just a bit of info about what he's done here and where his diggers are and what he's done on this beck. Just wanted to show you behind me here a tree that he decided to leave. Glad we did, because it's really thriving, and what this riverbank's now like even after it was dug out. So just here is a lovely oak tree. It does grow fairly well down to the bottom. It's not too near the bottom of the bed of the beck. It's not a river really, it's bigger than a dike, but he's left this. It's really thriving there. We've got air and light all around it, moisture for the roots down into the bank, but just look how that's all grown back compared to what it was like when he did it. So it just shows everything does recover. We will, when we get the hedge cutter in, we will get all this bank cut. We can't reach that far side, but we can reach the near side. Lovely bit of area here for wildlife as well, all this long grass here, and then the trees there as well. I'm just coming down the lane to see Tom working. We've got the solo on some land without the press on the back, and I'll just show you this, how much difference it makes. So that's what it's like without the press on the back. You can see it leaves it very open. That's fine though, because this field is going to come the beans, the Capulet and Olivia beans, the baked beans and the cooking beans this next year. So it won't be planted till next May. So it doesn't really want any, it doesn't really want the press on the back. It wants to leave it open. It's going to be a long, long while before it's any work done on it. A lot easier managing in the corners and everything when you haven't got press on the back, which you'll see here. Then we'll come round with the subsoiler and just subsoil all the corners and the headlands and things and just pull them up, because this field was wet. It was sugar beet last year, and if you remember, it was quite wet. This is the sugar beet pad where we had all the poultry muck on. There's none there anymore now. It's clean. Every single ton of muck that we had has been spread on all the fields. Quite a nice, sandy, decent soil texture field this one, 'cause it's one we have sugar beet on. Just see there how open it leaves it when you don't press it. So I'm at Newark Station. I've got Henry Morton behind us and Rhonda. Henry's chairman of Lincolnshire NFU. Rhonda is, as everybody knows, we are off to London. Train just arriving. We're off to London to meet Victoria Atkins and Robbie Moore. They're the Conservative farming ministers or shadow ministers, and we're going to talk to them about the Conservative policy, and they want to know whether they've got their policy right and all the issues with farming. So we're just going to sort of make sure they've got everything crossed and dotted and they haven't missed anything. So we're going to look at food labelling, we're going to look at imports, we're going to look at food standards, pricing obviously, and supermarkets and all those sorts of things as well, and water management, because that's huge in Lincolnshire. So we've just come in Portcullis House and we are now walking through under the road. So just had a very interesting meeting, learnt a lot. One of the main things is about the compulsory purchase order of land. So there's various things can be done. I'll talk about it in a minute when we get away from here. We're just going to have a look around the House of Commons here, but one or two things we've learned that is not good news for the countryside, farming businesses and other businesses regarding compulsory purchase powers, which I'll talk about when we get out of here. Thanks very much for sparing the time today, you and Robbie, and lots of topics we covered. One thing though I think is really alarming is the CPO, the compulsory purchase orders, that I haven't fully appreciated how drastic and severe and serious that is.
So this is in what's called the Planning and Infrastructure Bill. It was originally brought forward by Angela Rayner, but obviously she's no longer Housing Secretary. And it's part 3 of the bill that is the most worrying of the bill. So what this part 3 enables 2 sets of public authorities to do, both local authorities and Natural England. It enables them to dictate to housing developers who may be building houses in, let's say, Kent, to give them money in order to purchase, Natural England to purchase land elsewhere in the country for environmental purposes. And so Natural England will have the full power of the state to buy land in order to support house building. Now some might say, well okay, we need houses. What worries us is that the bill, as set out by this government, says that Natural England does not have to pay the full market value for that land. It can be agricultural property rather than the full market value. And so what that means is that land essentially will be being seized from farmers, because you won't have the right to appeal against
You'll
this.
have no say in this.
No, these are compulsory purchase order powers that are being massively strengthened, and Natural England will have the authority and the funds to buy lots of this land. The other worrying thing, we tend to talk about farming land obviously,
Yeah.
but there is nothing in the legislation to restrict this to agricultural land. It could also be the end of someone's garden if they're abutting a field that Natural England wants to purchase. And so this really is the state seizing land from homeowners, from property owners, in a way that I don't think is quite registered with the public.
No, no.
And what is so worrying, of course, as well, is that the government is seeking to do this through Natural England, which was set up some time ago. It certainly wasn't set up for these sorts of powers, and so there's going to be a lot of worry for anyone who owns a garden or a bit of land. A lot of worry in the years ahead as to whether or not their land's going to be taken by Natural England.
When did this whole process start? When did they first look at this?
Well, the planning bill has been going through the House of Commons. We, as my party, Conservatives, we put an amendment down to get rid of the whole of Part 3 of the bill because we're deeply troubled by this measure and others. And it was, of course, sadly voted down because Labour has such a huge majority. Their lordships in the House of Lords are looking at this at the moment. It is in committee at the moment, and we are putting this amendment forward again. And even if it passes in the Lords, which I think it will, because a lot of people are very worried about it, the problem is when it comes back to the House of Commons, the Labour MPs are just going to vote it out again. So this is a very real change in our understanding of land ownership in this country, and it's been sneaked in through this planning and infrastructure bill.
I'm going to say it's a huge change,
Yeah.
isn't it? The likes of probably what nothing has been seen
Yeah.
like this before,
Yeah.
and it's just another attack. It's just coming in waves at the minute on the countryside,
Yeah.
on businesses,
It is.
and even homeowners.
Yeah, it's a huge assault, and you know we've had compulsory purchase orders for a long time.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
understand that, but we have found out through our research that CPOs have been used actually pretty rarely over the last 15 or 20 years, perhaps 40 or 50 times. Pretty unusual. Now this legislation wants to turbocharge and really strengthen the powers of compulsory purchase orders so that Natural England, as I say, can seize land in order to try and offset the environmental impacts of building and
Which
development.
I mean,
across the
that's
country.
just another story in itself, isn't
Yeah.
it? All these environmental things. What's the time frame of this?
It's happening now, so we'll have the bill back, we think, in the next month or so from the House of Lords. We will obviously continue to support amendments to repeal Part 3 and to try to knock this bill into shape. But the time frame on this now is getting on. So, I mean, if anyone's interested, please write to Labour MPs to tell them of your concerns. And also, what worries us, we've also put amendments down because, again, you know, there's nothing in the legislation that ensures that, for example, chalk streams or peatlands are protected. So, from this legislation, houses could be built on incredibly fragile parts of nature that cannot possibly be replicated elsewhere in the country, such as our incredibly delicate chalk streams. And yet this bill will allow all that building, and then Natural England will be able to buy a bit of land somewhere else to supposedly make up for it. Well, that's not how nature works.
No,
And
no.
so it's very worrying from a land and home ownership perspective, but also actually from a nature and environmental perspective. perspective as well.
I mean, and when you look at it, all the housing things, the amount of houses needed, yes, we do need houses, but who's going to be living in them? You know, with all that's happening at the minute with everything, it's just horrendous, isn't it?
Well, I mean, the agricultural sector knows as well as any other sector the real difficulties that recent measures have had, and we had the Bank of England Governor, Andrew Bailey, give evidence to the House of Commons a couple of weeks ago that a factor in the increase in food prices that we've all seen recently, one of the factors causing that are the measures taken in Labour's last budget. So measures in Labour's budget has led in part to food prices across the land being more expensive. That is a really, really worrying state of affairs.
Well, it is, and we've obviously got the family farm tax hitting next April, unless we can get changes. We've got fertiliser tax coming on. We've got crew cab pickup tax as well. There's things that still haven't been implemented yet that's still coming along.
Yeah, and people are obviously worrying about it now. We know this from some of the very, very moving stories that we've seen in the press, but also we know privately are happening. I know, for example, that I've had several cases where people are refusing cancer treatment because they're so worried about what will happen next April.
Yeah.
And these are desperate stories, and the government is ignoring them.
Yeah,
just literally ignoring them.
They're just
turning their cheek to them.
Well, just want to thank you and Robbie and Kemi for everything you're doing for us. You know, we're all in it together, aren't we? We are really fighting for the very future of the industry. And it's you know, really, really challenging times, but we've just got to keep going to try and make change.
And I promise you, when the Conservatives back in government, I promise you we will axe the family farms out.
Yeah, well, thank you. We need all the support we can get. You know, as a country, where are we without food? Yeah, every single person walking here needs food. It's so worrying and alarming for me, and I can't get my head around it. Something so fundamental as food that we all need to keep ourselves alive is in the state it's in, where you can't make a profit by growing it.
We were talking earlier today as well. It's also all the other things that the farming community does. So as we've seen with the wildfires in Yorkshire, the fire service. Many of whom, if they're a retained fire service, many of those fire services, if Lincolnshire is to go by, they'll be farmers themselves. But the fire service has been helped by farmers to put the fires out. You know, they just do that.
And in the winter time, with if you get snow, the farmers come and clear the roads. So the industry just helps in many ways. But no, thank you ever so much for what you're doing, and we'll just keep fighting with you together.
We will keep fighting.
Okay.
So this little stretch of lane, we very rarely put planings on it or make it good, because we've got the sugar beet field just through there that we're going to lift sugar beet and bring trailers down, and quite often the trailer wheels are lathered up when they come down here. But we'll probably take that field across the beet pad to the beet pad right in the corner. You can just see where the poultry muck was on. You can just see it in the corner near the trees there. And wherever we are, there we go, across there. So we'll probably take it there, and then not drop so much soil on here. Sugar beet field there, we can come out near the beet pad there. So we will put some planings on here over the next probably 2 weeks. So Barry's just digging the middle off to make it better so there's not a high spot.
A face you recognise here, Eric from Warwick University, just been to look at the beans. We've got a bit of an update on the beans. Coming along nicely. We've got some here. We'll turn the camera around in a minute.
Yeah, we're looking at Capulet.
There we go. Club Capulet. There we go. So the Capulet's the variety that makes the baked beans. Then we've got Olivia and Godiva are the cooking beans. Yeah. Harvesting date, we're looking at potentially end of the month, aren't we, for Capulet?
We've got dates now.
Yeah.
29th, 30th.
Yeah.
For the Capulet.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what we're looking at. And then we're just making plans as well. It depends on how many tons we harvest as to the area we're growing next year, doesn't it? But we've got a few plans in place. Yeah. So we'll just look at these here, Eric, and just talk us through these, please. Okay, what have we got?
So first variety is the Capulet. It's looking, I mean, this is a plant out of the field. It's already dropped its leaves.
Yes.
Yeah, all you see are pods, stems and pods. Some of the pods are starting to dry, some are
still a bit rubbery.
Moisture, but with the wind that we're getting now, that's going to dry them out.
Yeah.
And they're standing up good and tall, so
Looking good at the
Looking
minute.
really good.
And then there's the beans. That's
Yeah.
what they're like. That's what's in the pods.
Yeah, so these still have a bit of moisture in them, so they're going to shrink down half the size.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a dry one there.
Yeah.
So there's still a bit of moisture in the seeds. But
Actually, I'll tell you what, let me just get, I've got some dry ones in the office.
Oh yeah.
Let me just get those and we'll compare them. So this is what I've got in the office. This is left over from last year. So you look there, yeah, look at the size of those. You'll compare them to what you've got in your hand. Yeah, look at the difference there. So they're a bit of moisture in and they're dry. You can just see the size difference, tremendous there.
And this is a pod from the field from this year.
Yeah.
Which is drier.
You can see that's smaller.
Similar size.
Similar size to those, yeah.
So that's showing that this year we're going to have good sized seed.
Yes, that's good news as well, isn't it?
When it dries down.
Yeah. That's it. Put that there so we don't lose that. So that's the Capulet.
And so the other two varieties. This is the Livia. So that's going to be a black bean.
Yeah. There.
It's another pod. So again, these seeds are looking like they're going to be really good size.
And so everybody, don't forget, these are for going into casseroles. They're for cooking, aren't they?
Yeah, we'll sell them as a dry bean. Rather than canned.
Rather than canned, yeah.
But the interesting thing, this variety should be faster than Capulet. And because of the rain you were getting in July, these plants are holding on to their leaves a bit
There's
longer.
a lot of leaves on there compared to the Capulet there.
Yeah. And the pods some are a bit greener than the Capulet. So
Yeah.
I'm guessing it's going to take an extra week for it to fully dry.
Yes.
But yeah, in a week's time, these leaves will turn yellow and they'll blow off with the wind.
Yeah. Then the last variety is the Godiva. You can see here, the pods here, Eric, crikey, when you just compare them to the pods of Capulet, pull one off there. They're about double the size, aren't they?
Yeah.
You know, the fatter, longer. Yeah, big difference.
Same number of seeds in a pod, but because the Godiva is such a large seed.
Yeah.
We've got longer pods.
Yeah, look there. And don't forget these, and they're just starting to go. These will go a blonde, sort of a light brown colour.
I think there's a dry pod here. I was looking at that.
Has that started to go? Yeah, just starting to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just see the colour just starting to go there, and you can see the growing point.
That's pretty much the colour at harvest. They're going to be blonde coloured like that.
Yeah.
And then over
the winter.
Yeah, over the winter they start to turn.
Start to go. But when you compare them to the Capulet there, you look at here and look there, look at the difference there. You've got very white and pale compared to that one that's sort of that blondie colour. Yeah. So another job got Barry to do while he's here is just move a soil heap that's in the paddock in front of the house. We've got the house there and the pond's just nearby. So this heap of soil has been here about 25 years ago. Now what happened when we first built the pond, before we extended it 2 years, actually it's been extended twice. So the very first time we built the pond, the soil that came out of it we put here, made a bank here. So when my daughters were young, they used to do a lot of eventing and with the ponies and horses to quite a high level. So we made a bank here and have had jumps on top of the bank, jumps off the bank and various things like that. So it's been here all that length of time, but while we've got the digger here, we thought we'd move it and going to spread the soil out onto the field and get it worked in. So that's what we're going to do now. You can see there the dust coming off. It's still quite dry. It's been here all this length of time. He's just digging it out. I'm going to go and fetch the trailer now and get this moved out into the field. So I've got the trailer on the 215 John Deere now, and Barry's just filling it. We're going to tip it out in the field. And you can just see the soil actually is quite dry here, which is good. It's been here a long while. And let me just have a look there. So this trailer's what they call a contract tipper. It holds 17 tons, so it's sort of mainly used for soil and stone, but you can use it for grain, but it won't hold as much grain as it will stone and soil. But the trailer and this tractor's one of the two machines I am going to keep when we go forward. And as I said a few weeks ago when I did the announcement,
so that's it for another Sunday update. There won't be a midweek one again. I'll be back next Sunday with another Sunday update. And that one, I think I'm going to be from within Lincoln Cathedral, because I went and had a breakfast meeting. I'm part of a breakfast group of farmers that meet about 4 times a year. And we went this last week, had a breakfast club, and we went into Lincoln Cathedral and had a tour of Lincoln Cathedral inside. So that is absolutely fascinating. So if you're interested in the history, which I knew Lincoln Cathedral was the tallest building in the world at one point, and it still holds the record for the tallest building in the world for the longest period of time, which is about 300 years, I think it was. But fascinating history about the history of the cathedral when it was first built, and all the way through all the various kings and the armies and Cromwell and all those people. So if you're interested in history, next Sunday I'll be putting up the whole history about Lincoln Cathedral, because I was absolutely fascinated when I heard it. So that's next Sunday. As I mentioned at the start, Tom and Ruben have now finished, and Tom left us middle of this last week. Ruben has finished only a couple of days ago. Tom starts his new job at his new place, new farm on Monday, and I think Ruben's got 3 offers on the table, and I think he's going to take one of them, and so both Ruben and Tom are sorted, which is great news. And thank you for your service, for what you've done over the last few years. Ruben's been here 5 years, and Tom's been here 4 years. But so thanks very much, both of you, for that. Anyway, that's it for this intro. I'm really looking forward now to the future and the next chapter in my life, next chapter of the farm. And really looking forward to the sort of what we're looking at doing, and the plans and the next stages of my life and my career, if you like, in the farm, which we'll touch on that in the next few weeks coming up. Thanks ever so much for watching. Have a great week, everybody. I know the rain's coming a bit more now. We've had about 18 millimetres this week. We had 20 odd millimetres last week. So I think since we put the straw in the shed, which is just under 2 weeks, we've had 40 millimetres of rain. So really pleased we've got that straw under cover, which is great for Paul and Ryan and helping them throughout the winter. As I say, there'll be no midweek update. We'll see you next Sunday hopefully from inside Lincoln Cathedral. I think that's the one I'll be putting up. So thanks for watching. Have a great week, everybody. Look after yourselves, and we'll see you then.